Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Ifa Shamimi binti Abidin with ID Matric 2025304547, and today I'll be presenting on the topic skill mismatch remain a current barrier to a talent acquisition in Malaysia for subject talent acquisition HRM552. In this presentation, I will explain a current labour market issue in Malaysia more clearly and also discuss what the issue is, what the factor is, the impact on the country, and finally the possible solution that have been introduced. This topic is very relevant today because although Malaysia continues to produce a growing number of graduates every year, many employers are still struggling to find candidates with the right skill that match industry needs. To begin with the current situation, this issue has been highlighted in a recent report by the New Straits Times in May 2025. In that report, the Malaysian Employers Federation or MEF expressed serious concern about the readiness of graduates entering the workforce. The MEF President Datuk Dr. Sheikh Husman stated that Malaysia's education system is producing graduates who are not fully prepared for the demand of the modern workplace. He further emphasized that this mismatch is becoming a long-term issue because many young Malaysians are entering the workforce without the necessary practical and technical skill needed to succeed. One of the key statistics highlighted in the report is from the Gaji Cukup Makan study, which showed that around 70% of the graduates in Malaysia are employed in semi-skilled and low-skilled jobs, while only 30% are able to secure highly skilled professional positions. This clearly shows that even though graduates are employed, most of them are not working in jobs that match their qualification. Based on this situation, the main issue being discussed is skill mismatch, specifically skill-related underemployment. Skill mismatch happens when there is a gap between the skill that graduates possess and the skill that employers require. In Malaysia, this means many graduates are working in jobs that do not match their level of education or qualification. Instead of working in professional role, many are employed in semi-skilled or low-skilled positions. This issue is not just about unemployment, but more importantly about underemployment, where individuals are employed but their skills are not fully utilized. This issue is further supported by official data from the Department of Statistics Malaysia (DOSM) in the employment statistics for the fourth quarter of 2025. The data shows that Malaysia's labour market is mainly dominated by the semi-skilled jobs, which make up more than 60% of the total employment. In contrast, skilled jobs are fewer and their growth is declining. This indicates that most job opportunities are not at a professional level, which make it difficult for graduates to find jobs that match their qualifications. Other than that, one of the main factors is the misalignment between education and industry needs. As highlighted by the Malaysian Employers Federation in the New Straits Times report in 2025, many graduates are not adequately prepared for the modern workplace because their education is too theoretical. University tends to focus heavily on academic knowledge, while employers are increasingly demanding practical skills such as communication, problem solving, and digital literacy. This creates a gap where graduates may perform well academically but struggle to meet real workplace expectations. Another important factor is the oversupply of the graduate in a certain field. Malaysia has experienced rapid expansion in higher education over the years, resulting in a large number of graduates entering the labour market. However, this increase is not balanced with the job opportunities, especially in high-skilled sector. According to earlier research by Freeman, when the number of graduates grow faster than the availability of suitable jobs, it leads to competition and eventually underemployment. In Malaysia, there is an oversupply of graduates in areas such as business and social science, while industry still face shortages in technical fields like engineering, data science, and vocational skills. In addition, the rapid development of technology and Industry 4.0 has significantly changed the type of skill required in the workforce. Industry today require employees who are adaptable and equipped with digital and technical competency. However, many graduates are not fully prepared for this change, as the education system has not adapted quickly enough to keep up with the technological advancement. This result is a mismatch between the skill graduates have and the skill demanded by employers. Another contributing factor is the lack of strong collaboration between university and industry. Without continuous engagement with industry players, university may not be fully aware of a current market need. As a result, curriculum design and the teaching method may become outdated and less relevant. This issue connection between education providers and employers further widen the gap between graduate capabilities and job requirements. Overall, these factors show that skill mismatch in Malaysia is a complex issue influenced by both education system limitation and labour market conditions. Addressing it requires not only improving graduate skill but also researching job opportunities and strengthening the connection between education and industry. So, the issue of a skill mismatch in Malaysia creates several serious and interconnected impacts on both the labour market and the overall economy. Firstly, the most direct impact is the persistent underemployment of graduates, where a large number of university graduates are not working in the jobs that match their qualification. As highlighted by the MEF, around 70% of graduates are employed in a semi-skilled and low-skilled jobs. This means that even though graduates successfully enter the labour market, most of them are not utilized in roles that require their level of education. This situation reflects a clear inefficiency in a talent utilization, where the country is not fully benefiting from its educated workforce. Secondly, this issue leads to the underutilization of human capital, which directly affect national productivity. Based on the OSM underemployment statistic, quarter 4 2025, more than 60% of jobs in Malaysia are concentrated in a semi-skilled category, whilst the job creation is declining. This means that the structure of the labour market itself does not fully support the growing number of graduates. As a result, many highly educated individuals are placed in a job that do not require their skill, which reduces overall productivity and limits innovation potential in the economy. Thirdly, skill mismatch contribute to wage stagnation and limited career progression among graduates. When graduates are employed in semi-skilled or low-skilled positions, they are often paid lower wage compared to their qualification level. Over time, this creates dissatisfaction as the graduates feel that their education investment does not translate into appropriate career returns. This also affects motivation and long-term job performance, as individuals are unable to fully apply their academic knowledge in their daily work. Fourthly, this issue increases inequality in the labour market and weakens graduate confidence in higher education. When a significant number of graduates are unable to secure skilled employment, it creates the perception that higher education does not guarantee quality jobs. This can reduce confidence among future students and parents in the value of a university education, especially if degrees are increasingly associated with a semi-skilled employment rather than professional careers. Finally, the long-term impact is the structural imbalance in Malaysia's labour market, where the supply of graduates continues to grow faster than availability of higher skilled jobs. This creates a cycle where graduates are continuously pushed into a role below their qualification level, reinforcing the problem of over-education highlighted in recent Malaysian labour studies. To address the issue of the skill mismatch in Malaysia, several targeted and long-term solutions have been proposed, and some are already being implemented at a national level. This solution focuses on closing the gap between graduate skill and labour market needs, while also improving the structure of the job creation in the country. Firstly, one of the most important solutions is strengthening the alignment between education and industry needs. Based on the MEF statement in the New Straits Times, one of the main problems is the graduates are too theory-focused and lack practical workplace skill. To address this, university must work more closely with industry to ensure that academic programs reflect real job requirements. This includes regularly updating curriculum content in response to change in sectors such as technology, green energy, and advanced manufacturing, which are currently experiencing rapid growth. Secondly, Malaysia is already addressing this issue through the Higher Education Blueprint 2026 till 2035, which play a central role in reducing skill mismatch. The blueprint emphasizes the development of the future-ready and globally competitive workforce by introducing flexible learning pathways such as micro-credential, hybrid learning, and industry-integrated education. This approach allows students to gain not only academic knowledge but also practical and industry-relevant skills, which directly respond to the mismatch highlighted in DOSM and MEF data. Thirdly, the blueprint also strongly supports the expansion and transformation of technical and vocational education and training, or TVET. This is very important because the DOSM 2035 data shows that more than 60% of jobs in Malaysia are concentrated in semi-skilled category. Instead of viewing TVET as a secondary option, the government aims to position it as a first-choice career pathway. Through stronger industry partnership, structured training, and national-level coordination, such as the proposed TVET Chamber of the Commerce Malaysia, can produce more job-ready skilled workers who directly match labour market demand. Firstly, another key solution is the expansion of industry-based learning experience such as internship, apprenticeship, and on-the-job training. Many graduates currently lack exposure of real working environment, which contribute to the gap between academic knowledge and practical skills. By increasing structured work-based learning, students can develop more soft skills such as communication, teamwork, and problem solving, which are highly demanded by employers, as highlighted by MEF. Finally, a long-term structural solution is the need to create more high-skilled job opportunities in Malaysia. The USM data shows that job creation is still heavily concentrated in semi-skilled categories, while skilled jobs growth is slowing down. To solve this imbalance, the government and private sector must invest more in high-value industry, such as artificial intelligence, digital infrastructure, healthcare, and advanced manufacturing due to Industry 4.0. Without expanding skilled job opportunities, even well-trained graduates will continue to face underemployment. Overall, this solution shows that addressing skill with a proper implementation of the Higher Education Blueprint 2026 till 2035 and a stronger industry collaboration with Malaysia can build a more balanced and future-ready labour market. In conclusion, skill mismatch remains a significant and ongoing barrier to talent acquisition in Malaysia. Malaysia is currently facing a situation where the number of graduates continues to increase, but the availability of the high-skilled job does not grow at the same pace. As a result, many graduates are forced to work in the semi-skilled or low-skilled jobs which do not match their qualification. This leads to underemployment, inefficiency, use of human capital, and slower economic progress. Moving forward, it is essential for all stakeholders, including the government, education institutions, and industry players, to work together in a more coordinated and proactive manner. Each party plays an important role in ensuring that the gap between education and employment is reduced. And that's all from me. Thank you.